I'm going to go on a completely different track now. So at one point, when we had the Progress Promise that we used to have meetings and stuff and everything, and we had the guards we had like a rotational thing that because there was downstairs, the entrance to Progress Promise was downstairs, and so we would usually have two guards. We'd wait there for when Guru's car came, open the door, and Guru then could go up into Progress Promise. And so I had come home from work one afternoon, and I got a call that my father had passed, and I had seen him. I had been in the UK like a few months before and seen him for the last time, but I somehow didn't feel that, I felt that maybe there was something wrong. Anyway, when I greeted Guru's car and Guru got out of it, immediately he knew something was up. So he looked at me and he said, "What is up? What is wrong?" And I said, "Guru, my father passed." And so he said, "Very good, okay." And he went in, smiled, went inside, and I went back to my position. And then after a few moments, or a few minutes, another guard came down and said, "You have to go upstairs. Guru's asking for you to come up." And so I went upstairs, and Guru immediately called me to sit at his feet. And Guru meditated on me for a while, and then he had the singers sing a song, and Guru continued to meditate. And the thing was, it was interesting for me because I had a feeling of flight, like something free was flying. And after the meditation, after the singing was finished and Guru finished meditating, and he said to me, "I brought your father's soul here. Now he will go to the soul's world." And then he said, "When will you go to the UK?" Because he knew my mother. I would have to go to see my mother. And I said, "Tomorrow, I think." And then Guru turned to his table, to his side table, and there was one flower, a tulip, in a very, very small little flower holder. And Guru picked it up and held it out with his hands like this. And he motioned for me also to touch. And so as I touched it, his fingers were touching my fingertips. And Guru meditated again for a while, and I felt something really special. And he said, "You will give this to your mother." And I remember, as I said, I flew to the UK the next day, and then as soon as I saw my mother, I gave her the flower. And she took it, and she put it by her bedside, and on her bedside table. And then after a few days, obviously the thing now had wilted a little bit and this and everything. So she was going to keep it, preserve it. But I remember because my mother had she knew about Guru, but she'd never met Guru. She approved of the fact that I was a disciple. She didn't quite understand exactly what it was, but she was very compassionate and sweet about that. So she, anyway, so when she picked up the flower, she kissed it, and then she put it to press in a book. So I thought that was very, very special. And then I had said to her when I was leaving, sometime later after my father's cremated. And so after the cremation and a few more days had gone by, I was then to fly back to New York. And I told her that at some point in the summer probably, I would, because my father died in February, that in the summer I would send her an airline ticket and she would come to New York. And that was an opportunity for her to come and see Guru for the first time.